night. Yeah, we give you love. You alone are worthy. You alone are worthy. Hallelujah. 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 Sing. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Come on, say hallelujah. 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 Say hallelujah. Say we give you glory.
Good night, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Freedom Wednesdays live podcast. Here, I am your host, D. Murphy. And listen, just like every other Wednesday night, we hope to have some amazing conversations, just have some fun in Christ, yo. So, tonight, I wish I had the video. As you know, I always try to share a video and, to kick things off. But let me just tell you real quick. So we have a couple of females that's coming through the room tonight. And I do believe that it's going to be a very interesting conversation. As you know, we're always popping off inside Freedom Wednesdays. So we have, there was a video I saw, maybe you have seen it, you've seen it as well, with apparently it was somebody's birthday. And it was only one man around about five females. And they had a lavish dinner. Apparently, the total of the dinner was probably $700. And when the bill came, the man was like, I got the birthday girl, I got my wife, and me. And everybody was upset and cussing, like, yo, you're the only man around the table. What do you mean by going to split the bill? You're supposed to pay the bill. And I love what he did. He stood firm and he said, no, I'm not about that life. I am not about that life at all. And so tonight, without any further ado, we want to kick things off. We have two amazing young women in the house tonight. We have Kalicia Roper and we have Ashley Marshall. I can't see you, Ashley. I see that you're there. You go. All right, so I need to hear both of you. So you guys have to open your mics.
Good night, good night. Good night, everybody.
Good
Hi, Murphy.
night. Good night, my friend. So I don't know if you've seen the video with the, but based on what I've just said a while ago, where there was an expectation by the females that was sitting around the table for the man to pay for everybody. Like, if it's five of them, it has to be like $120 each. Then eat and drink and expect the one dege man on the table to pay for everybody around the table. You think he was wrong for saying, listen, I got the birthday girl and I got my wife, you on your own?
No, he wasn't wrong. Is it a case where he was sidelined?
Well, no, he was married to one of the girls, to one of the ladies that was there, and apparently they're friends because apparently they have a podcast. Some of them have a podcast together as well. So you invite out your friends them, and then the birthday girl invite out like three other friends. Mm-hmm. So unexpected that because it's her birthday, the man that invited her out, which is a friend's husband, is going to cover the whole bill. And he was like, no, not today. Plus, they just had a young baby too, so I don't understand what was going on.
I stand with him. He did the right thing.
All right, so Ashley, I don't know what's going on. Just let me see. Just log off and try log on back again. Because I saw you a while ago, so I don't know what's going on now. All right, so guys, as you know, inside of Freedom Wednesdays, we our aim and our goal here is to uplift, to rejuvenate, to revive, and to restore our youths. And so tonight's theme or tonight's topic, or tonight's conversation would be centered around money, love, and purpose. If I'm honest, I had another word instead of purpose, but I saw fit. I saw fit to say, to put purpose instead of the other word. However intriguing the other word would have been conversational wise, I think purpose brings a much more gratification at the end of the night. So I want to start until Ashley comes on. So I want to start by asking love and money. I want to start from there before we even get to purpose. Love and money. Is it possible to love without money, or to love securely without money?
No,
it's not possible.
Not at all.
Okay, why you say that? Why you say no?
Money alone. Love alone doesn't helps in a relationship. Love cannot eat. Love cannot pay the bills.
Love can't eat.
No, it can't eat. And it definitely cannot pay the bills. So money is important in a relationship.
But what about the saying that love covers a multitude of sin? Well, that is sin actually. Um,
Exactly, that is sin.
but okay, but you have persons who nowadays it's the conversation that, and especially on for men and young men, especially if you don't have no money, you get no time. Is that fear?
Repeat that one.
If you don't have no money, you don't get no time. As in, you get no time a day.
When you say no money, what do you mean? Can you explain some more on that?
Okay, so let's put it like this. If I'm a young man and I just got out of high school, and I have aspirations, I have goals, but right now, brother, kind of rough on the brother. But I'm still seeking and looking for friendship and companionship, and even somebody that I can see a future with. So does that is it? Am I disqualified until I start making bank?
Um, no. I believe that once it is that this individual is trying, once they're trying, I do believe that they can get time.
Once
Once it
they're
is that they have a goal, I know we're not on purpose yet, but they
mhm,
know they have a goal, they know where they want to go in life.
yeah,
I do think that they deserve time. I mean, we're not all going to get it all at once in one go. Everything is a process.
yeah.
So once it is that this person is ambitious and we see where it is that they are, working towards being great and working
Mhm.
towards that bank, then I think that they, they deserve time.
Because I kind of feel like um a lot of females nowadays, they miss out on a lot of good things because um they judge the brother or judge the man, and even sometimes men judge females by what they look like now.
Right, right.
And it's a shame because when two becomes one,
One.
that is two income, two minds coming together, two um amazing passion and capabilities that is joining forces, that I believe that a lot of females miss out on that aspect because you want to see bank,
Already
you
made.
want to see exactly. And I always tell people that's a scary place to be, because if a man when a man earn everything on his own, when a man has done all that he's supposed to do, and he met bank and him comfortable. Now, when you come in, what is it that you're offering? It
Right.
can't it can't be just body, because he can get body anyway. How is it that you're going to now add to what he has, and not have him take advantage or resent you or just kind of fan you off, because if you know I'm not offer him, in a sense.
Mm.
So we is it that we have to take, and I don't want to make it a female thing, but the majority is female. It I can't go around it, people. It is what it is. Um, and so how do I put it? Are Let me ask, are females now? What is it? Let me ask you, what is the mindset of young females that are dating or aspiring to marriage? And I'm saying, without asking, remember, ask first. Are you taking,
No.
okay. So that's aspiring, because you're aspiring to get
Right.
married and all of that one day, right?
Right.
Okay. So how is the streets now? I know we're talking Christendom, but Christendom has a lot of sketchy thing too. So how is it out in the streets?
Ooh. um, I don't know how to answer this question. Why I say that? Why I say that? Because I'm in a season of waiting. Um, but how it looks, it really not look too good. It's not
Mhm.
looking so good. It doesn't look um what's the word? It doesn't look
The,
enticing. It doesn't
the dirty
because
tough
of
out
what
there.
because of what is being portrayed. Um yeah, it doesn't the dating pool,
Hmm.
it's crazy. It's crazy. There's not a
I,
lot of examples I can say in terms of like men and not boys. I think men and boys are like two completely different things. So you have a few
so you're talking. So
examples.
you're saying the majority, the maturity is not there.
Right, right.
You know, females
A
mature
few.
much faster than males, though.
True, true.
So, um, and I don't know why the other day I was thinking about this. Um, like sometimes, even my wife will do it. Sometimes she'll ask, "What you thinking about?" Or she'll say, "What you smiling about?" And I'm just in my head. There's nothing really going on.
Nothing there.
It's just you're in kind of a just an empty space, and you just you know, I just woosa. But
Mm.
then when a female asks, it's like she can't compute like, no, how you mean by nothing? I'm so why you smile for? You
Yeah, you
know?
have to ask more questions. Why is it that you're smiling? Just
No,
like that.
you don't have to interrogate. So
I mean,
for go ahead.
I mean, I feel like it's a woman's nature to do that.
To be inquisitive.
I don't want to say inquisitive, but to ask a lot of questions.
Well, I mean that is true. Um, I do, however, think that sometimes men, I say this all the time. The Bible said, husbands submit, wives
Right.
submit to your husband, and it said,
Yeah.
husbands love your wife as Christ loved the church. Right?
Mm.
It is not the same. The mandate is not the same for both, because what I need is not what you need. See,
Right.
you need love, you need affection, you need security, you need protection, you need to feel safe.
Right.
A man, I just need respect. Like you don't have to tell me you love me 12 times a day. You ain't gotta, hug on me and all that stuff there. But know that the respect is big for a man. And often I feel like we don't see, a while ago you say you don't see a lot of um
Examples.
examples out there. The reality is, I think that there either a lack of mature females that are teaching good doctrine to young females,
True.
or it is that they just really haven't taken the time to really look out for the young miss or teach them about men,
Mm.
and not just man, but the nature of a man in terms of how he is and how to respect, how to show respect. Because most boys or most young men will not, they're not mature until probably the mid 20s, you know, to late 20s.
Mm.
Unfortunately, that's how it is. But females are much more mature, and I think that because of that, females may have a tendency to say, you know what, can't pay them little boy, I don't mind. But the little boy will mature. And I think the point I was getting to was that he will not be what he's supposed to be half the time until he gets the help.
That is a fact.
So is it that more females need to be a bit more patient?
Um, yes
You sound like the painful
and
man.
yes and no. But how long are we going to wait for a man to step up into that maturity?
I mean, that's a good point. But so I always tell females, listen, set your boundaries and set your goals,
Mm-hmm.
right? A man will change, or a young man will change when he has found something that he cannot risk losing. You understand?
Right.
So if you entertain foolery, oh, he will play
Definitely.
because he's being entertained.
Mm-hmm.
So I, while I think being patient, one, but also setting boundaries so that if no say, okay, watch this. You have 6 months to make up your mind. Yeah. After that time, I will not do the 2 3 years dating thing. Nope. There has to be an end goal. There has to be um, working towards something. It can't just be that with the year a boyfriend and girlfriend till what kill pillow, and then you're
Mm-hmm.
going. Be, there has to be a goal. So set your boundaries and set your goals. It is fine to do so. Um, Refinances. I think that's also another aspect where I find men tends to say, you know what, I can't commit right now because the finances no dead which I want it to be. So you have to just wait a little, baby. Just wait, no man. Just wait a little bit. And see where you go. You think that that's an excuse that men use?
Not all the time. I don't think that's always the case. And I would have said earlier, um, once it is that you see that this person has potential, because a woman knows. There's something
Yeah.
called intuition. A woman knows and can see a person and know if it is that this person is going to play or if this person is serious about what we're about. Right? But I don't think that it's an excuse all the time, you know.
Okay. Um, Listen, guys. Please feel free to go to comment in the comment section and leave your comment and join the conversation. If you have an opinion, listen. We're gonna put it on the screen and we're gonna read it. So we have. Oh, let me just say, give a shout out to Paula K. Big up yourself. Blissfully blessed. Big up yourself. Fabian. Big up yourself. Ashley. Ashley said, "Why we need to be more patient though? Why can't the men seek the help to become?"
Thank you,
Okay,
my sister.
okay. I get what you're saying, but it's just, I mean, I think it goes back to um, your upbringing and what you are taught.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of innate in young men that if you're not a girlfriend when you're in a school, man, I'm gonna call you, Tarzan, and then nowadays it's different because them will call you the superhero, the one that wear all black. So in this day and age, I think the peer pressure for young man is much harder, and you have females who are not as patient, and so they are females now are stepping out and saying, "Hey, Moa, and all of these things, and so it poses way more pressure on a male to say, you know what, let me not go down this road because I don't want she go spread rumor upon me say why she give me the thing, I'm gonna run left it, and then you hear some me gear, me whatever, and all these things. So I think because of peer pressure, a lot of times men go down, a lot of men or young boys go down the road there, and unfortunately, it leads to other things. But I want to ask, you think females are becoming more and more aggressive today than before?
Um, yes, yes, because you see, oftentimes women are taking the step in terms of like, oh, they're going to DM the person or they're going to reach out, they're going to make the first move. So I do believe, yes, more women are becoming more bold in that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I wanted to piggyback a little bit on what you were saying about the men and how they are brought up and examples. I
Yeah,
also feel like society also has a play in how even women too, how men and women portray
yeah.
themselves, what it is that they want, what it is that they see. We see things on social media, we see a relationship and we think that, oh yes, this is what I want, but we don't know what is going on behind the scenes of that
Relationship
relationship.
goals.
Right, relationship goals. So I do believe a lot of our points and ideas is what we see on the media, on social media, what society portrays as how a man should be and how a female should be. I think that also plays a very, 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 very big role in today, how we operate as men and women. And it really takes you knowing what you want, knowing where you're headed, to not be a statistic, meaning drawn with the crowd and doing
Yeah.
what the crowd is doing. So yeah.
So okay, if we were to bring it into Christendom, why isn't
Yeah.
it easier in Christendom? I mean, we would expect that the young
It
men
should
in
be
the church
better.
would act with a certain, decorum, and they're saved. So what happened to them?
I always hear the, I always hear the term that the churchmen are
Oh
the
Jesus!
worst, the worst than the worldly men. I don't know if it's a case where the devil attacks them more, so they act out more. I really don't know.
Oh Lord!
really don't know.
Boy, you don't know if it's a case where the devil attack them more. Hello. The possibility lies he comes to kill, steal, and to destroy.
Right.
So you have a point there. You have a point there. I would hope that it goes back. I mean, they say you can carry the donkey to the water, you can't force him to drink it. Um, I would hope that we have more mentors, we have more godly men for them to
Yeah.
look up to, for them to to want to emulate, or to follow
Right.
those footsteps. I find, I mean, when I was a younger man growing up in church, I
Mm-hmm.
would see some of my ministers and elders that would say certain things to me, and I'm like, what? You just tell me something if you smash the girl? You say me nothing make them just what you say? Like I
Really?
I kid you not. I went to church, and there was a female that I invited to church, and I went to church, and I met one of my ministers at the church said to me, "Yo, are you a smash that?" I me say, "Nah, man, I'm a friend, man. You know." And them say, "Yo, if you play with them something there, make sure say you beat up them something there, I'm like,
Really now? Wow.
what's that?
That's
What's that?
sad.
What's that? What?
That is
And you
very
can
sad.
imagine, as a young man, where I try keep myself to myself and just so in love with Jesus, and It's a pray and
Right.
a fast and a worship and a go through. And then to hear somebody who you look up to
Right.
tell you no, basically give you permission to say, yo, run streets, you know, brother. And I
Mm.
say, so what are you doing? Because I'm looking up to you. You're married and you got kids, and I'm like, what are you doing behind closed doors? And I'm like, so because of that, I didn't trust people. I didn't trust people them way there.
Mm-hmm.
So I can only imagine um, if like me hearing this at that point,
Yeah.
that many years ago, I'm wondering what the young people today, what counsel are they getting? Are they getting? And who they're getting counsel from?
Mm. And you see too, you say especially if it's a case where this is being passed on from this person is like a teenager,
Yeah,
then they're going to think that okay, the pastor said this, I said go. I go do this. But not thinking about okay, is this right or wrong or whatever. Because it's somebody that they look up to.
yeah.
That
And
is
so
very sad.
it is sad, and I think that kind of made me think more about um, and that's why I really do have a heart for young people and what they're going through, because I've seen it happen to my young sisters growing up in the kingdom, and they would fall one way or the other into unwanted pregnancies or unmarried pregnancies. And as a young man, I would go to them and I would say, yo, do not let this stop you on your journey with Christ. It is an obstacle, and it's one that
Yeah.
bears an evidence. So I know it looks bad. I know you feel bad, and I know you will be shamed by other people, or you might even feel shamed in yourself. But don't let it stop you. And unfortunately, because my voice was too soft, the masses would often chase them out of the church walls, because then you go to reprimand, and you're gone on to, oh, you can't do this because you did this big sin, and not realizing that there's so many other people that was doing stuff that they just didn't get caught.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is always a passion of mine to help people, help young people know that, listen, you can make it, you can walk upright, and you don't have to succumb to the struggles of um, what today's
Right.
society say.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask. So, because now you guys have the internet. Like when I was in high school, I there were cell phones. Oh, but then it wasn't that popular, so did nobody have no cell phone, and or could afford no cell phone, and all them stuff. We used to use the pay phone, and I know I'm dating myself, but we used to use the phone box and the phone card where you have to scratch off and go to the phone box and punch in, and you get probably half hour with a talk time. Um,
That's like way back.
so that's what I'm saying. I'm dating myself, but nowadays you find it to be um, easier to connect, um, and what one easier to do you find it to be easier to connect? No, with people. And I guess the next part of the question I'm trying to ask is, what is the quality of people that you run into in today's society in comparison to before?
In comparison to what?
To before we had all of these technology and internet where you can connect to everybody just like that.
Mm-hmm. And I do think it's easier to connect now that we have the internet. Just a quick video call. I think WhatsApp have this thing now where when you're sending voice note, you can send a video with it.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah, like a voice, a video voice or something. I don't remember what it's called. Some video
I
voice.
did not know that. I did not. So I'm learning. I'm learning.
But yeah, it is definitely easier to connect with persons. Why I say it's easier because you know have the liberty, even for persons who are like miles away, not in the same country, you can connect by just a click of a button. Video
Yeah.
call, FaceTime, voice call, whatever it may be. Now, the other part to the question, remember the last part of the question?
What quality of person that that you will run into? No.
No?
Yeah.
Everybody depend on them phone.
Everybody up on them phone.
Everybody's on their phone. In terms of qualities, I think that when I was growing up in primary school or high school, you have persons who, not saying that persons don't communicate effectively now,
Yeah.
but I feel like we have replaced phone with going out and hanging out, catching up, spending time. Um, we have replaced that basically now.
Yeah.
So in terms of the qualities, again, if it's a case where we our character is built on the internet, then we have persons with not good qualities. Because if it is that I see somebody, for example, um, on the internet, somebody said not the fake ones. If I see somebody on the internet portraying a particular attitude or character, and I feel
Yeah.
like that I should take on that character, which is not good, then I mean the quality is messed up, the character is messed up. So I do, as I said, I do feel like it is somewhat not where it was
Yeah.
because of how everything is now, how people are now, how the internet is now. Everything is on the internet, people acting out, people, it's just a lot going on over there. Sometimes I think,
I think also the it gives too much access to information too easily and too
that is it
quickly.
too.
Too
Yeah,
quickly. Cause
yeah.
cause I can see your profile and
Mhm.
then I do a deep dive in your, I start go through and I check LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, all of these things. And before you know it, I feel like I know you before I even have a conversation with you.
And two,
Because
sorry,
go ahead.
and two, we have this now thing where we are bashing each other on the internet. We don't know how to sit down and have a conversation anymore with a person individually. We have to go on the internet and we have to call out the person and we have to expose them. Where's that coming
Yes.
from? What about the law? What about just going to the person and confronting the person? Especially if this person was so dear to you. You just bash them on the internet like that. What about having that face-to-face confrontation and just hashing it out right there?
I think because
That's it.
we become wimps. We have become wimps. Like we become keyboard badman and you know, Twitter,
Mm.
gangsters. I mean, I and again I might be dating myself, but when I was growing up, I saw plenty of fights. I saw man get on Sunday evening, man eat him Sunday dinner and go to the road, go fight and get licking him back and the whole like rice and peas and everything, come back up all time, all time out. But at the end of the day, he lived to fight again. He lived to fight another day. Nowadays, if a mosquito bite you, I'm on one fire shot. And I'm like,
Yeah.
This day and age that we're living in, it is ridiculous, people.
It's crazy. It's very
And
crazy.
I find that we're everybody wants grace, but nobody
Mhm.
wants to give it. So it is easy for me to throw you under the bus because I might get like and I might get some clout over it.
Right.
You might get some followers, I might go trend, I might, yeah,
Satisfaction.
that is it. And so we don't realize, say, as kingdom folk, it is. I have to cover my brothers and my sister. It is my
Yeah,
duty,
yeah.
first and foremost, to cover you if I see you in any wrong. It is not for me to take the phone and boom, record it and say, boom, TikTok, Instagram, and say, watch the likes come in and watch the comments and all them stuff there. It is ridiculous in this day and age how people consider them, and sometimes people consider themselves to be friends and do
Yeah.
them stuff there.
Friends.
No, you're worse than
I
my
don't think
enemy.
I don't think they were friends to begin with. If you think that you can do that to your friend, I don't think that person was your friend.
Mm-mm. They were never your friends.
No.
They were never your friends, and I don't trust people like those. Um, Paula, what? Paula says the internet decreases physical attraction. Also, we have to be careful on the internet. People tend to have false personality on it
Mhm.
and act their true selves and not acting them true selves.
Yeah.
I agree. So many persons will readily because you can make a person. No, nowadays you have AI. You don't even need to put real picture. Hey, me sorry for no. Call it me sorry for no. Me sorry for
Okay,
no.
but you're still gonna be alive, aren't you? You can't escape it. You can't escape it.
And most of all, my brothers, me sorry for no. Miss, listen, Mister. No, you have the makeup and you have the lace front, but then just brick, and you don't know what underneath it. You don't know if the eye are fair. You don't know if the lips are fair. You don't know if the teeth are fair. You just at least at least back in the day, the only concern I would have is if she have dentures. That is the only thing. Nowadays, you have to wonder if when she wash off the makeup, if she will still be there. It is a scary place to be. Not only that, you don't know if she was born a girl or something else.
That is true. That one is very serious, but let's not go there.
And so when I hear people say the nah buy no cat in a bag, I'm like, I don't agree with it, but I can understand where the logic's coming from. I can understand why people will say those things. I don't agree with it and I don't support it because you're not buying anything. However, I do understand why folks may respond in that manner. Jamal says it's easier to attack someone online because there's no immediate persecution. Anyone can call anyone anything and just turn their phones off. Cell phone bad man, I tell you, cell phone bad man. Um, he also says the gun culture in JA is really getting out of hand. In all
Definitely.
honesty,
It is.
Althea says they hide behind their phones. True.
Mm-hmm.
Jamal again says, no need to remind me. Let me at least forget it for a while now. What's talking about?
Think you're talking about the gun culture?
Oh, maybe. I was online the other day and saw this app where people are able to make their bodies smaller, teeth whiter, blemishes removed, etc. My
Yeah.
brothers,
There's a lot of apps.
oh
A whole lot.
Jesus.
You can put makeup on your face as well.
See, I'm me happy. I find me one wife, and we good. And if she left me left me too. Wherever she go, me I go.
Big up Stephanie.
Big up my lovely wife, Stephanie. You not gonna well left me. Cause I not left you on the guard go to a road there. I'm not sure without a road there. Not at all. I don't want on your wedding night to hear, you know, come on your bed. No, Papa. Oh, dear myself. Stop it. Stop it. But so all of these things are things that are affecting our young people. Last week we did I did a short podcast about trauma, and I think that a lot of I mean young females as well. I think a lot of our young people has gone through some form of trauma or been exposed to it,
Yeah.
and because of that, I think it might cause them to, in the kind of lash out in a different way. No, you think that trauma has a part to play in what we're seeing in our society today?
Yes, definitely. Most definitely. Um, say for instance, a female who grows up in a household
Mm-hmm.
with daddy issues, they tend
Yeah,
to look for somebody to replace
daddy.
their father, right? So it definitely plays a big part. If you
Um,
don't deal with it, it's gonna eat you alive.
that is true. I've heard it being said quite often that a woman often either go in search of what she didn't have
Right?
or in search of what she did have. So a lot of females will try to find a husband or a partner similar to what their father were
Right.
in their life, or they'll go out in search of it. And unfortunately, may end up finding it in the worst places or finding what looks like it in the worst places. And the sacrifices that you have to make and give up um, to retain it. And that's how abuse come in.
Yes. Yeah.
What is your stand on, you think, okay, let me ask you this way. Good. Is it okay for a woman to hit a man?
No.
Okay.
And vice versa. No.
So let me ask this. If a woman hit a man, is it then okay for the man to hit her back?
Have some restraint. Don't fight fire with fire. Have restraint.
So well, she can top me in my mouth and I must just take it and just turn
Don't
the other cheek.
Yes, don't fight fire with fire.
But why isn't it? No,
Why well
if
go
if if
ahead.
if we hear no that, oh, equality 50-50, men and women are the same, why can't I defend myself if she's attacking me?
I mean you can defend yourself, but how do you defend yourself?
The same way she's attacking me.
No, you can't fight fire with fire. But the Bible says, you do right and offend you. Chop it off.
We got a Bible now.
Not not literal not literally, but don't fight fire with fire.
No, but my right hand is offending me, she's offending me, so I literally want to chop it off.
No, walk away. Walk
Walk
away.
away.
Walk away.
And listen, I find I've seen it so many times that, and I used to run away from anybody I whether it be a friendship or anything, and I realized that you're under nimble. I said no.
Oh,
Me and you, we will not be friends because if you put your hand, worse if you put your hand on my face. Me say if you put your hand on my face, me never lick your back. Me nah make you scratch up my face and box me and disrespect me that way there. So you know what me do? Me stay out of them reach to avoid all of that. Once I see that that's your personality,
Stay
stay
far
far.
away. Yeah.
Stay far from you so my mother not have to come bail me from jail
Mm-hmm.
and anything of that sort. But I so let me ask. Um we're talking about and we can see some people laugh off of me in the yeah, turn the other cheek.
Yeah, stay on the other cheek.
No, she said turn the other way, not the other cheek. She said turn the
Right.
other way, which means walk away.
Walk away.
I am not stupid. I'm not giving you no other cheek for you to slap me again. Where you take this thing for?
I mean, that's not what it means, but
I not no. God call fool, but he not keep them.
but did not keep them.
He not keep them, man. In turn, if you come in a fool, you gain some knowledge, you gain some wisdom in the kingdom. Um, Miss Sarah, Miss Sarah said what? You have to do what the Bible says. Walk away.
Thank you. Walk away.
Yeah, it is easier said than done. I get that. I get
He
that.
also says, leave all vengeance to him.
Yeah, but where in the Bible did it say that you should hit a man or put your hand on him because you know say, oh, him not gonna hit you back. And
Yeah,
oftentimes these are the situations.
there's nowhere in the Bible that says that. But what he does say is that leave all vengeance to him. Make him deal with it and walk away. Turn the other cheek. Take a breather. Go take a walk. Go drive out. Do something.
So okay, so you know what? I'll take it as this. I have I as the I like to say as the king in the kingdom, in my kingdom,
Mhm.
I have the right to make the executive decision to say, you know what, I'm going to let you win. I like to think I'm smart enough
Mhm.
to make a wise decision to say, you know what, I'm going to give up my right so peace can reign in the kingdom.
Be the bigger person. That's right.
That don't mean it feel good. That don't mean I want to.
Right. But still be the bigger person. It always pays to be the bigger person. In the moment, it doesn't. But in the long run, it does.
This is only applicable when a woman wants to have her way. Oh,
No, I
you
don't
know,
believe that.
be the bigger person. No, you say you're a man. You want to be the man. Don't no. It should be applicable before you even think about putting your hand on somebody.
True. But some persons are not wired like that. Some persons, they don't know better. Really and truly, are them just evil?
And so I will encourage all young men that are watching this and that will see this afterwards. Run like Joseph.
And
Listen,
young women, don't put your hands on a man. Okay? Don't do
oh yeah,
that.
like I saw. I don't know why I came across. I keep coming across these videos. I saw a video with this. Apparently they were doing taekwondo or karate or something of the sort. And now you know it's a thing now, especially in the states where male can compete against female and female can compete against male. No, growing up, I was always taught females cannot do everything a man does and remain true to herself. Um, so I guess they allowed it. So the guy and the girl was fighting, and he did a back kick,
Mm.
and why she went flat on the ground and hold up on her face and started bawling. No, the match wasn't over. But I don't know if it was a coach or a mother or whoever run over to her and saw it and just said, no, she done. She not fight no
Mm.
more. And I'm like, it, in this society, we're teaching our young females that, oh, you can do anything you want to do. You can do this and you can do that. And by all means, I will never stand in the way of a female wanting to try something or wanting to do something. However, do you think that doing everything a man does will keep you or you will remain in your femininity as a woman?
Yes and no. But my question is, why it is that you want to do everything a man does?
That is a good question.
Why?
But that's a question. But you would have to tell me because I see so many females that want to do all of this and
I mean, everything is not for everybody. I think a female can do karate. I think a female can do taekwondo. There's nothing wrong with it. I think they can do it. But not everybody can go do it. Not every female can. So I feel like there's a line to be drawn in terms of why it is that you want to do everything a male does. Yeah.
so is it okay? Or let me ask it this way: do you think females make better leaders than men? I'm
Mm,
putting you on the spot tonight.
yes, you are. That is a very tough question.
Why is it a tough question?
But I feel like this question is controversial.
It's controversial. What? It's not controversial.
Yeah. Cause I mean, I don't want to limit to just can a female lead better than a male? I feel
No,
like
but it's a straightforward question. It's either yes or no. There is no, oh yes, but in certain no. In general,
in general,
in
yes,
general,
yes,
male are better leaders.
female are better leaders.
Okay, how many female presidents do you know?
Right now or in the past?
In,
You
from
can,
a matter
you
of
can,
fact, there weren't much or any in the past until the 20th century. You see, um, now we're having female prime ministers and so forth and so on. And then even now, there's still not a lot.
probably. I mean, again, how society is. Probably females think that they should not go into that role. I mean, some can,
Hmm.
but I feel like again, from like back in the days, in terms of like a woman should just do this and a man should just do this. A woman is only subjected to being a secretary and a housekeeper. So I feel like it stems from that in terms of women not wanting to step up to become president. I don't know, I can be wrong. That's an opinion. But I feel like it has to do with like what happened back then. A lot of women now are stepping into roles that persons deem only males should be in. For example, like an engineer. An
Hmm.
engineer is not subjected to just a man. A female can be an engineer. A female can be an astronaut. If that is your dream, if that is your purpose, if that is your goal, by all means do it. Go right ahead.
Yeah, for real. If you can I don't see any reason um why you shouldn't. However, not not just because you can means you should. Um, I would say this: a woman will strive in any situation that you put her in because it's built in a woman to create and to make stuff out of nothing.
True.
And
Mm-hmm.
so when I heard somebody put it this way that when they had the civil war and the men had to go to fight war, the women at home had to know be the handyman at home. She had to be the provider at home as
Mm-hmm.
well as the caretaker. And so she would go out and find jobs and so forth and so on. And so when the men came back from war, and can you if you leave a housewife and you go out and fight war for a couple of years, and then when you come back now, things change because now she's not as reliant on you because now she realized, oh, I've been going out and I've been earning, I've been taking care of the family. So when you come home, don't expect me to come back home and just sit at home because she now likes going out and work. So, but then at to what detriment? Because back then I think, and let me, I'm not saying back then as in to bring us back in
Right.
time, but it's just a comparison. So back then, when females or women would take care of the family and making sure that the family is okay and making sure that the kids learned what they needed to learn and so forth and so on, and the fathers would make sure that the boys would learn the trade. If they in the field, in the field. If there's a if you're out um, doing plumbing, you're out doing plumbing, and that's why you have so many. Even in the Bible, Jesus' stepfather was a carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever the father did, it would be passed down through generation. You understand? Nowadays, I find in this day and age, you find where everybody know want to start from scratch and want to do them whole thing and me know want if your father have one supermarket and they send you go school, send you go college and still a feed you. Now when you go college and you come out, instead of coming back and helping, um just magnify the building, magnify the business. You come and you want to start your own. You don't want nobody see you in a supermarket. You don't have to have nothing to do with it. And I'm like, but that's why the Chinese and so that's how the Chinese they make money. Because as soon as the people them can walk, they in a shop.
Mm-hmm.
You think no black person going to be no cashier? If they put in at 12, once they learn to count, for them pick me account the money in the Chinese store. So my point is, um, we have to be careful, especially in this day and age. Everything wasn't perfect back then, but then there's some gems where the family is concerned. Where now we have so many single parent homes, and a mother cannot be a father to a child,
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa. A matter of fact, there was a study that shows that um, single in single parent homes where the parent is a man, is a father, they are they do much better than homes where it's just a single mother.
Really?
So yeah, so that tells me who leads better.
I mean, I still stand on females
You
being
still
better leaders.
stand on your plastic chair.
Yes, I still stand on that one. I still stand on that one. Um, I understand what you're saying in terms of, like having like a family business and then it's passed down to you or whatever the case may be. What if it's a case where, I mean, I can still help it, help to expand it. But what if it's a case where I don't necessarily want to stay there? That's not my purpose. That's not where I'm headed.
I mean, in that scenario, that is fine. I'm just saying it is the thing nowadays for everybody to want the, you know, they want the benefits, but they don't want to be seen
Yeah.
with it. They don't want to help um with it. There's no way um your mother downtown herself and you go through basic, primary, high school, and even
Mm.
college. She don't touch, do everything for you, and then when you come now, um,
You know, remember where you come from,
you know,
basically.
when you come from, you think you start think, boy, you want to drive Honda car, and you know, you want to build, you want to go live in an apartment building and all that stuff there, and mommy still don't own herself. No, sir, the priorities.
But and I think why women are better leaders, we can take it from the standpoint of education. Females tend to do better than males. So
In school, yes,
yes.
but
So
that don't mean you that makes you a better leader. It means
I
you
mean,
might you might you might be more educated. It doesn't mean
true.
you're more level headed when it comes down to making decisions.
I still stand by this. Females are, are better. Based on what I'm seeing now,
Yes,
I think females are better
females
leaders.
are coming out.
Yes.
I mean, I see some females that are doing them thing. However, it still remains when you look at the 1%, men, it's majority men.
Mm,
Some of the wealthiest people in the world are men.
that's
Some of
true.
the biggest inventors and creators are men.
True.
People that make roads, infrastructure, people that make buildings, that does those hard, those are men. So as much as we want to say, and females contribute to society in a multitude of ways. However, what keeps the wheels spinning? What keeps the world turning? It's dominated by men.
Yeah.
If it was a case where women were much better leaders, I think that they would be smart enough to outsmart the full man them within the high position to take over. By this, I'm just saying.
I mean,
I'm just
we are seeing
saying.
it happen though.
On, on, on,
Literally.
on, on, I mean, I'm just saying, we would have seen it being overtaken and overrun in certain areas and certain facets of life. Um, let me see. Okay, so Christine says no, and I think this was her responding to um, oh, woman being better leaders than men. She said no because some women are very emotional. When stress level goes up, everything goes down. Um, but I believe women are the best listeners. That I
That is
agree
true.
with. That I agree with. Um, Jamal said, I think there are layers to being a leader that tends to favor men rather than women. That is not to say women can't be great leaders, which is true. Um, Fabian said, given the current educational populace, females are more educated in today's workforce, hence making situations where females are holding high positions in today's society.
Hmm.
For example, the leader of the JDF is a female, who is the chief of defense staff. That was recently appointed That seems to have been recently. But I agree. And like I said, women, the reason why the word says that he who findeth
A wife, find
a
it a
wife
good
find
thing.
a good thing and obtain favor from the Lord. And the reason why the Lord called her a helpmeet is because she come with a wealth of knowledge. She
Mm-hmm.
is quicker, she is smarter, she will get things done in a jiffy, she is creative. But when it comes on to a final decision,
That is true.
there has to be a sound, grounded mind to say, all right, I hear you, because the emotional aspect, and some man emotional too, some male emotional too. So me understand. But when you look at the gravity of it, for a woman, when she will become discombobulated about certain things and get confused and get all emotional and boy, me can't bother with it, or she lash out at somebody. For a man, he would be a much more level-headed and much more logical with certain things. He will
Um,
compartmentalize, and he
yeah,
would say,
that's it.
listen, that no matter. Left that. I'll come deal with it. And tomorrow we will deal with that or something. We will with a female, she will be thinking, no, but this needs to be dealt with. And that needs to be dealt with. And that need, well, you can't do three things one time. So what do we do? I think in those moments is where male will have the edge, where leadership is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And so in those um, scenarios and facets, I believe that I'll give the reason why God will give Adam the
Try
mandate
leadership.
is because he was tasked to lead.
Yeah,
Um, Eve
definitely.
was tasked to help Adam.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So, and we go right back to the first couple minutes of the conversation where we asked, is it that we're not being patient enough with the young men today? Is it that there are not enough persons encouraging them to say, hey, instead of just writing them off and say, boy, them youth, no, me no want nothing look boy. I want them, you know, I tell you, I don't care how old a man gets. When a man and him brethren them link up, we will chat about foolishness for 10 hours. And when a female come and say, what we not talk about? I say, no, we don't really talk about nothing. I say, so you there, you chat for 3 hours, and we not talk about nothing. And but we just talk about football, or we talk about something where, we would probably even never do. It's just conversation. It's just being absent-minded for a minute. But for a woman, it has to have context, and it has to have weight, and it has to make sense. And well, man, when we unwinding and we becoming, and when we just unleashing and just being in the moment, we don't want no heavy nothing. We don't want nobody a ball and I tell me about all them struggles what I go through. It's a light for a man. So when we compartmentalize. Um, let me see. Oh no, I thought he had said something. Um, so let me move forward to purpose. Um, is it that is it that we are not, and based on your experience and what you've seen, is it that men are not driven enough, or is it concerns to their goals and towards achieving them?
Yes, and there are not a lot of teachings on that aspect as well for them.
Um, you think men get more beaten than female, or
In
beat
terms of,
down?
yeah, yeah, they do.
Um, what are some of um, the side effects that you may have seen or experienced with how men are treated in society in the 21st century, especially black man?
And if we're to talk on finances, again, it brings us back to what we were talking about earlier in terms of a man having a certain amount of money if the person, if a female would give him the time or anything like that.
Yeah,
I feel like based on how sometimes it is portrayed in terms of, oh, if you not have it, I'm not talk
yeah,
to you, just go over there. So, and if it's a case too where the female is making more money than the male, you have some men who is insecure
yeah.
about that aspect as well. Again, because of what is being portrayed in
It's
society
so
now.
so so. Is it? I heard somebody tell me this is truth or false. I heard somebody put it this way: when a man earns, he earns to provide for his woman or his family. But
Mhm.
when a woman earns, she earns for keeps.
First time hearing that one.
First time hearing that one.
Yeah.
Is is there any truth to it though?
If I'm talking about myself,
Or let me let
I
me
would,
let me let me rephrase the end of it. She
mm,
she earned to become independent.
generally, females tend to have that nature and want to be independent. But like speaking in terms of like me,
Mm-hmm.
yes, to earn to be independent, but also to provide too for the family. So it's not just, oh, I'm earning, I'm gonna want this, I'm more financially independent, I'm gonna don't need your money, of
Mm-hmm.
my money. No, no.
Because you're going to take his money anyway.
Yes.
Um,
Give me your money.
so I can understand why um, a lot of young men nowadays that has catch on to the trend, and unfortunately, those who are like the good girls get the sharp end of the stick sometimes because men are like some men are like, especially ones who are working and who um, because a man's what would you call it? A man's ooh, not wealth, but his okay. So let's say his let's use a term his his wealth or his status. A man's status is built by what he earns or what he can provide.
Mm,
A woman status is based off her beauty or her femininity.
mhm.
Um, so you think that male get the short end of the stick when I have to work to actually be even counted in the pool of viable suitors?
No,
Oh, they don't have to?
no, they don't get the short end of the stick.
But okay, so most women have this mindset of they have a list of the guy that they want. And often the list is shaped by their eyes, by what they have either seen on TV
Seen.
or
Mm-hmm.
read in some love novels or
Mm-hmm.
something. It's shaped by that. The reality is that false character that they have in mind is probably less than 1% of men that exist in the world, not just in your country or in your town, in the world. Now, the likelihood that a man like that is going to come in your area and fall in love with you, it is unlikely.
Very unlikely.
However, it is likely for the man that is quote unquote the Grinch to now become, what do you call it, Barbie and Ken? To become Ken. Um, there's a trend now with white man and black woman on, I saw it on
Mm-hmm.
TikTok. My wife was showing it to me, and they're showing you that before they got with a black woman, they dress anyway. But once they got with a black woman,
The style
the
change.
dressing changed, style changed, swag turned up. And I'm like, well, that's what a woman's supposed to do for a man.
Mm-hmm.
It is not to become his mother, but it's for you to feed his ego. It's for you to make him feel like, all when you know say I'm gonna struggle to lift up the bag of cement, say baby, you can't mash up that. You can't lift up that man. You a Superman. It's for a woman to,
Affirmation.
that is it.
Affirm. Mm-hmm.
If so what I'll say for females, speak what you want to see. He might not look like the Prince Charming that you want. He might not have all his finances sorted out like you want to, but then hey, you can come in and like I said, not if it works. If you see potential, if you see that
Right.
not just that there's potential there, but it's actually acting on his potential. If you see that, then hey, the possibility lies that you guys can create life together, create wealth together, create families together, create a legacy together. And there's so much more wealth and gratification in that, rather than, oh, he go struggle and him go make it all on him own, and then you come in for benefit. Of course, you might say, yo, nah,
Mm-hmm.
it's my money. You can't just come in and do what you want to do because they're gonna hold the handle on it. However, it is possible for
It is. And the whole listing, I stand on the listing will get you in trouble per se, quote unquote.
Mhm.
I mean, not saying that you should not have standards or know what you want. Definitely, by all means. But when it is that we create a fantastical list that doesn't really make sense, and you know, say really and truly, this not gonna work. Rip up the list, but still have your standards, still have your morals, still know what it is that you want in a man.
Yeah, I think if we if and this goes beyond gender now, but I think
Right.
if we take the time to search ourselves and figure out what is it that we want, what is it
Mm-hmm.
that we um what what is the purpose of us wanting a partner, one, and what does the future looks like, what is it that the end goal should look like. Can Am I aligning myself with this person for just sex, just cause they're cute, just cause um, they speak well, or am I aligning somebody that is hardworking, somebody that I can count on, that my family will be secure, my family will be protected, and he or she will not um, disrespect this union by going outside and cheating with somebody else. We have to ask ourselves, what are the goals that and why in the first place. Everybody's not gonna get married. The reality is, based on the men ratio to female, everybody not gonna get married. So I mean, No, I think some females are like, yo, me good on the side, you know. Who's who's sick up on the side? And it's a shame. But we have to find purpose. We have to find why we were created, what's our
Yeah.
purpose here on earth, and walk that thing out. Let me ask you, when you hear the word purpose, what comes to
Mhm.
mind?
Purpose. The reason for something being done, why it is that you're created, why it is
Hmm.
that you do a particular thing.
Correct. And so in everything that we're doing, we gotta make sure that it's aligned and aligned
Yes,
with the word of God.
definitely. And also I think too as well from a spiritual standpoint, like what God calls marriage to be, really and truly. How is it that how should that look? You know, I do think that sometimes a lot of persons go into marriage just the wedding or
Yes.
the extravagant, but then what happens after the extravagant? And also, when it is our understand that marriage is really for God's kingdom and building His kingdom together as a unit,
Yeah.
and then we know how to operate.
Yeah. That's true.
Um, I mean, I'm not married as yet. Hope to be one day, but again, yeah, it comes down to what does God say marriage should be? What does He say it should look like? It's really,
Yeah.
I mean, yes, we get certain gains from it or whatever the case may be, but really and truly, the sole purpose is for His kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, once we understand the purpose of it, then we should be fine because then God will be glorified in our lives through um, what our calling is. God, as I said, God gave Adam
Mm-hmm.
his purpose before Eve came along. So I
Yeah.
will encourage every young man out there that before you go seeking a wife, find out what your purpose is.
That's it.
Because if you don't know your calling or your purpose, um, then when that woman come, she can she's going to come ready, especially
Mm-hmm.
if she's a good woman and if she's a wife. She's coming to
Right.
build on what you have. She's coming to magnify what you have. Now, if you don't have nothing, best believe she gonna lay a foundation.
Right.
When she lay a foundation, you might not find your footing in that foundation if you're not careful. So it is always important that instead of gallivanting and out a road and do whatever and live loose, find your
Mm-hmm.
purpose. Find your purpose and
Definitely.
live through your purpose. Kalisa, if there's anything that you would like to leave with our viewers tonight, what would that be?
Um, what I would say to young women, young men, as Murphy would have just stated a while ago, know why it is that you're on this earth. Know who you are, know your identity. In knowing that, it helps you in the future. It helps you. It sets you in terms of the path that you should go on, the career choice you should take, the
Yeah,
husband, the wife, whatever the case may be. It also as well gives you that push in terms of financial literacy too, as well, I believe. Because if it's a case where I know my purpose and I know where I'm going, and then my values and my beliefs will also align with back to your theme for the whole night. Love, money, purpose.
love is important. Money is
Yes.
important on your journey to purpose, and these are two things that we should strive to attain on
Right.
our way or on our purpose in this life. Kalisa, listen, thank you so much for coming on tonight. The conversation was amazing. Ashley, I'm so sorry that you didn't get to come back on and join us. But most definitely another night. You know you'll be back. Um, so without any
Thank
further
you.
ado, um, we want to wrap this up tonight. This what Miss Sarah say? Is this person walking the will of God? Or you're asking Calicia if she's walking the will of God? I don't know what the question means, but if so, yes, she is.
Definitely.
If that is the question, yes, she is. Um, so without any further ado, listen. Thank you guys for coming on. Thanks to everybody who participated in the conversation. Please feel free to go and subscribe to the channel. If you have not liked this video as yet, please like the video. I don't why I don't the math not mathing. Um, like the page, like the video, and click that post notification bell so every time a video is uploaded, you're the first to be notified. All right. So, Calicia, thank you so much for coming on again. We most definitely going to have to call you back again some
Thank you
other
for
time.
having me.
Most definitely. The conversation was amazing,
I
and
hope
so
I answered the question well.
yes, of course, it was really good, and I'm happy to have you here. So without any further ado, we're gonna exit the building this way. Yeah.
Yeah. Freedom Wednesday. Let's go. Here we go. We're in the building. Freedom Wednesday. We got freedom. Freedom Wednesday. You gave me life so I can live free. Freedom Wednesday. You turned me around from lost to found. I'm free. Yeah. Freedom Wednesday. Oh, this is freedom.